Hi guys, I thought I would get on here and I've decided to pull tons of books off of my bookshelf down in our home library because over the years I know I've done my research on different books for my children to read over the years for assigned reading, and I thought I need to share what my children have read over the years and in what grade they read these different books. And then just so you know, children, they typically start reading really well around 3rd grade. Now, I would say that is a child who is an advanced reader. Most children's reading doesn't take off until about 4th or 5th grade. And I say these things for those children who do not have issues with learning or any other disabilities or things going on with their reading. But I know I've done research over the years. I follow different people on all sorts of different social media platforms to pick out different books for my children to read. And I thought I would share that with you guys over the past years, what my children have read. And so this intro will be on those subsequent videos, but I thought that I would get on here and let you know I have piles of books right now on my dining room table, and I can't wait to share those books.
Hi guys, I'm back again. We're going to be going over my 2024 to 2025 school year where I had an 8th grader and a 3rd grader, and I'm going over what books they read during the school year that I assigned or they just wanted to read during that school year. So during this school year, my 8th grader read 27 books and my 3rd grader read 30 books. So you can definitely tell if you watch my other videos, my 3rd grader really took off with their reading this school year, and it's just so wonderful when you are consistent and the reading takes off. But so let's get started. I will start with my 8th grader. So my 8th grader read Hero Rescue Mission by Jennifer Lee Schatz. Mac's Best Friend Hero Marine. And then this one is by Jennifer Lee Schatz as well. And this is Volume 1, the Mandy Collection. And there's 5 novels in one. And this is by Lois Gladys Leppert. And I will read what books are in here. So you have Mandy in the Secret Tunnel, Mandy in the Cherokee Legend, Mandy and the Ghost Bandits, Mandy in the Forbidden Attic, Mandy and the Trunk's Secret. So those are 5 books in this one. And then we have The Pilgrim's Progress for Young Readers by John Bunyan. This went with our Generations literature set that we just love. And then for fun, my oldest wanted to read because they came out with this and he just really loves books. So he read the Badger Hills Farm series from The Good and the Beautiful. And these are level 3B, and they are by Jenny Phillips. And they're from the Good and the Beautiful library. So the first book is The Secret Door. And he read these in like one weekend. The Hidden Room. So they were just a fun read. Message on the Stamps. Oak Tree Mystery. Clue in the Chimney. The Hills of Herzl. And then we have Blitz by Betty Burlingame Betty. This is from the Good and the Beautiful library, and it's level 7. We have Archimedes by Janine Bendick, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 7. And then we have Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell. The Imagination Station, Book 5, Showdown with the Shepherd by Marianne Herring. The Imagination Station, Book 19, Light in the Lion's Den by Marianne Herring. The Imagination Station, Book 26, Swept into the Sea by Chris Brack and Sheila Seifert. And then we have Heidi by Joanna Spirey. And this is from Generations. We just love their hardback books. And this goes with the literature course that my 8th grader took. And this translation here, actually, Generations took, and they translated from the original German. So none of the Christian content has been removed like you would find in other English editions. So we just really love this English edition from Generations. And then we have The Imagination Station, Book 7, Secret of the Prince's Tomb by Marianne Herring. And then we have Lantern Lane, Book 1 by Tessa Green. This is from the Good and the Beautiful library, and it's level 6. And then we have On the Wings of Wonder, the story of John James Audubon by Shannon Yager. And this is the Good and the Beautiful library. That went with our bird unit. Lantern Lane, Book 2 by Tessa Green. This is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 6. Lantern Lane, Book 3 by Tessa Green, the Good and the Beautiful library, level 7. And then our favorite book, I say our favorite because I read this one as well. This is the Young Readers Edition, but we found an audio book of this on our local library's app that we could rent, and it's God Smuggler by Brother Andrew. And this went with our Generations literature course, and this was just our absolute favorite book of the year. I highly, highly recommend it. So I would say read this any age. It's just wonderful. Even as adults, I highly recommend this book. And then now on to my 3rd grader. So my 3rd grader read 30 books this school year. So again, if you've seen my other video, we always read the Handbook for Reading from Abeka. I use this with my children from 1st to 4th grade to just solidify reading. This really helps give a strong foundation for reading and being consistent. And so we read a page or two a day before our language arts lesson for the day. Highly, highly recommend this. And then my youngest read A Wolf in the North Woods by Heather Horn. And this is from the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2. And then we have The Golden Tales, Jack and the Lost Maze by Jenny Phillips. This is the Good and the Beautiful library, and it's a level 1B book. The Mystery of the Missing Peas by Tessa Green. This is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 1B. Rolling Thunder, A Hamster's Tale, the Good and the Beautiful library by Heather Horn, and this is a level 1B. Facts About Frogs and Snakes by Sue Stuver Battelle, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2. Facts About Cats and Dogs by Jenny Phillips and Sue Stuver Battelle, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2. Facts About Foxes and Deer by Sue Staver, and then this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2A. Facts About Sharks and Whales by Sue Stuver, and this is from the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2A. And if I mispronounce an author's name, I apologize. And then we have Molly and the Falcon by Maggie Felsh. This is the Good and the Beautiful curriculum, level 2. That we just read the book because we didn't do the new edition. Wesley and the Wolves by Jenny Phillips. This is the Good and the Beautiful curriculum, and this is level 2. And this is Facts About Beetles and Butterflies by Heidi Pontowski, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2A. Mystery of the Silver Ring. This is a Billy and Ella mystery series by Tessa Green, the Good and the Beautiful library, and this is level 1B. Then we have Seth and Beth by Jenny Phillips, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2A. Then we have Silver Tales collection, Glenn and His Goat Find Grandpa's Gold by Sue Staver Battelle, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2. Then we have Book 1, Little Glass Lake, Ducks by Jenny Phillips, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2B. The Good and Beautiful Animal Guide, Ducks, and this is the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2B. And this is Book 2, Little Glass Lake, Turtles by Jenny Phillips, the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2B. And this is the Good and Beautiful Animal Guide, Turtles, the Good and the Beautiful library, level 2B. And this is Book 3, Little Glass Lake, Hummingbirds by Jenny Phillips, the Good and the Beautiful library, book 2. And then my 3rd grader read Fizz and the Police Dog Tryouts. This is book 1 of a 4-book series by Leslie Gibbs, right here. And on the back here, you can see the 4 books on here. And then he also read The Imagination Station, Book 3, Peril in the Palace by Marian Herring. The Imagination Station Book 4, Revenge of the Red Knight, Marian Herring. And the Imagination Station Book 5, Showdown with the Shepherd, Marian Herring. So let's see. Let's see if there's any books that I didn't have on here. So the Imagination Station Book 1, my third grader also read. It's Voyage with the Vikings by Marian Herring. My sister-in-law is borrowing that, and she's borrowing Book 2 of the Imagination Station, which is Attack on the Arena by Marian Herring. So that wraps up what books my oldest, who was in 8th grade, and my youngest, who was in 3rd grade, for the 2024-2025 school year. I hope you guys enjoyed this short little series where I went through all the different books that my children read at these different ages and grades. And I hope this gives you some ideas of what books that your children might be interested in when you're picking out their books for personal.
Hi guys, so this wraps up this little mini series that I put together, and where I went back years ago to show you what my children read at different grades and ages. And I hope this gives you guys some ideas of different books you can assign your children for their personal reading, no matter what reading level they're at or what interests that they have, but gives you peace of mind of what books that you can pick out and have them read. And I hope this has blessed you. I know that whenever I do my research and picking out books for my children, I always try to research as much as I can and find different people whose children have read them or they've read the books for themselves and listen to reviews and everything. But if this has really helped you, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and then I'll know that you guys are wanting to see more content like this. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day and happy homeschooling.